Alright folks, who's ready to have some fun today? Y'all wanna make some meatballs? Yeah, me too. Cause meatballs make a good sub, right? We can't have the meatball sub at the Subway, so we're gonna get into some meatball homemade subs at home. So I got that sprouted bread that I didn't like much yesterday, and I got to thinking to myself, how am I gonna eat this up? So I froze it. Part of the brick right now is frozen, but funny thing about bread is resistant starch, so it already is cooled when you buy it off the shelf, you know, so there's a lot of resistant starch happening up in that bread already. So I froze it to make it even more resistant starch. I'm gonna take some of it here, and I'm going to try to separate it so it can unthaw. Look at that. It's so frozen. That's several pieces there. I think it's like 3 pieces. Yep. 3 pieces look like one. I'm just going to try to break some of it up. If I can find my breaker-upper thingy. That should do it. I don't know if it'll do it while it's frozen. Nope. It won't do it while it's frozen. I'm going to have to help it along. Oh, it breaks easy though. It breaks pretty easy with your hands, actually. And that'd probably help with the thawing process as well. But yeah, I'm just going to break it up. We're going to make meatballs out of this bread. Since I didn't like the way it tasted as bread, maybe it'll make a good meatball. And it's 0 fat. And you can get your turkey as lean as you want. I got this because I plan on cooking some of that fat out of it anyway through the boiling process. But anyway, we'll get on that step next. Alright, so I've been chopping on some onion here. Just trying to get it thinly chopped as I can. I could have used the little Ninja mini food processor for this one, but yeah, manual works too if you got the manual tools to get the job done. You can chop this stuff up as thin as you want, as long as you're willing to take the time to do so. Which it ain't gotta be the super thinnest or the super most diced. I think that's pretty good, actually. And I gotta do some more dicing once I add them to the breadcrumbs in the first place, because yeah, lean turkey ain't got no fat in it. So when this cooks up, the onions will act as a moisture to keep everything from drying out, and you'll have some more juicy, delicious, more tender meatballs, because poultry cooks really fast. We're going to do this also part of the way in a crock pot. So I'm going to mix this in here like this. All that onion in there like this. And then we'll chop on it some more. I had to nuke that in the microwave a minute to get it to warm up enough to be able to chop like this. We just want to chop it into fine crumbs, make everything uniform. Then we'll add the meat in here and we'll mix it. As you can see, I've got the bread and the onion working together in there. And I'm just going to take this turkey here. Both packs to make enough of it. We're just going to combine the breadcrumbs and the meat. Uh-oh. I forgot to open up my spices. One second. So I got some powder-free medical gloves here. That's what I'm using to sustain from touching all of this while we mix it up properly. And I'm going to add some spices because meatballs ain't meatballs without the spices. Gloves are messing with my grip strength, but they're necessary for handling this raw. Just adding some onion powder because you know, even though it's got onions, we need some more onion flavor in there. And of course some garlic powder. Let's see what else Italian-y I've got in here that I can add to it. Not that one. Oh yeah, there we go. Perfect. I got some Italian seasoning. It's got a little bit of everything in it. Some oregano, some thyme, different Italian seasonings to go in there. We'll add a bunch of that. That should take care of everything we need right there. That should take care of everything. We shouldn't need nothing else if it's already a mixed Italian seasoning. We just want to get them breadcrumbs incorporated in there. Make it all like one uniform piece. Uh-oh, I forgot another thing. Almost, anyway. This is why I don't pay to get in a hurry, folks. I don't pay to get in no hurry. Alright, so I'd eat all my egg whites up this morning, so I had to buy a new carton of them. Make sure I shake them up real good. This is just going to add extra protein, and it's also going to help the meatball form and stick together. So, you know, we can't have like the yolk. So, I just bought some liquid egg white to cheat here. You know, when you make meatloaf and meatballs and stuff, you got to have some egg in there. And since it's a protein thing for us, you know, we're just going to incorporate all this together and form it into little balls and make us very high protein meatball. Oh yeah, that bread's softening up and it's mixing in there good, especially since I added them liquid egg whites in there. There's gonna be some very good meatballs. Tell me what you think in the comment section. The greater Chef Tell. Tell the greater Chef Tell what you be thinking. The greater Chef Tell. I feel a new personality coming on. The greater Chef Tell. Make it a spicy meatball. The low-fat spicy meatball by the greater Chef Tell. Woo, boy, y'all, that is looking at it like it's gonna make it a good meatball. The greater Chef Tell. The Tell stand for I tell you what. The greater Chef Tell. Make it a spicy meatball for you. Coming right up next. Alright, so before we get it started, Tell decided to add some tomato paste. Good thing the greater Chef Tell took over. Latchkey about mess this all up. To give a little bit of that tomato flavor up in there to the meatballs. I tell you what, The greatest chef Taylor tell you what. Tell you what. Oop. Oh yeah. Mix that all in there. Real nice like. Get the tomato flavor cooked up into the meatball. Just like we did before. Except we just add a little bit of tomato in there. And the tomato paste is thick. It'll help keep everything thick. And it make all them flavor blend. And it'll taste nice and good. The greatest chef Taylor. Thank goodness I come along when I did, or things might have got real messed up. We might have had some very bland and not so tasty meatballs, and that I just want to do. That's just will not do. So we're going to focus on the Italian style low fat turkey meatball. Let Chef Taylor know what you think down in the comment section. I'm going to continue on mixing on this, and then we'll get some water boiling, and then we'll start to make the meatballs. Oh, that's coming together really nice. Okay, dokie, so there's what we have here. The greatest chef Taylor going to put in some of the here crushed tomato. The crushed tomato going to go in here, and we are going to make a sauce out of the crushed tomato because we're going to keep the fat low. Making sure there's no oil in the spaghetti sauce. And we're going to add about 2 cans of the crushed tomato. And then we're going to repeat what we did a while ago with all of the spices that we put into the meatball. A mixture sitting right over here that we have not got into the cooking process yet. So what are we going to do? We're going to put in the garlic powder. And we're going to put in the onion powder like this. The garlic and the onion powder. And then we're just going to take and we're going to add some more of the if we can find what we did with it. The Italiano seasoning. We don't know where we put it. It's okay though, we'll just use some straight thyme. Thyme should do the trick just fine. Nothing beat the flavor of thyme with some of the Italiano. And there we go. Now we just turn this thing on high. And let the cooking process begin, and we will stir all of that in there real quick, like, to make sure we get it all a good mixture in there. Like so. Tell me what you think about the greatest chef Taylor. The greatest chef Taylor and the Italiano cooking style. And that party done. Okay, we're back. And we are forming some of their meatballs. Chef Taylor got a habit of forming them a little too big. We'll try different sized ones. Cause some people a little bigger than that though. Some people might like the smaller one. Some people like the bigger one. The greatest chef Taylor and all that latchkey hood like them all. All right. Okay. So just to let you know, the meatballs are forming up very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Okie dokie. Just kind of, you can make them a pretty or not so pretty as you want them to look. We're just going to make a average, ordinary looking meatballs, and I got the water boiling right here. I did that for the reason, cause we are going to boil up some of the meatballs in a spoon like it is to help cook and reduce up the fat. As you know, poultry cook fast, and we're just gonna cook up some, and then when they get a little done and some of the fat leaches out of them into that there water, we're going to add them to the crock pot into the tomato sauce. And this is going to be a lengthy process, so I'm going to just show you a few of them. And then I will cut you off, and I will cut you back on when they are all done. But the hot water will help get the cooking process started. Just like that. And we will be able to leach some of that fat off of there. I will leave them in there a few minutes to let them do their thing. And they are looking pretty good actually already. And this is a very messy process, so you want to have plenty of things sitting around to work with. As you can see, the meatballs are looking pretty done. So what I got over here is a bowl to put them in, so I don't have to get dirty hands all over the lid. The lid of the crock pot. And we're just gonna cook up a bunch of them, and then we're gonna set them into the tomato sauce that is in the crock pot, and we're just gonna let them stew in there until they get the good and done. Or you could just eat them like this. It'd probably be just fine. However you want to do it, you do you. I was just going to do it to make them a little bit more of the Subway style when they cook theirs in like a crock pot situation. At least they used to a long time ago. And you just drop that in there. Be careful not to burn yourself. And as you can see, the water discoloration is taking up and taking some of the fat out of there. Even though this is already a lean 7% low fat. It's just a way to reduce it a little bit further. The boiling and the grilling process help to reduce the fat in any kind of meat that you cook. Ooh, that's a fun right here. The greatest chef tell. We are having a good time making the meatballs. The meatballs. Just gonna make some good meatball subs. Very good. Okie dokie, so the rest of the meatballs are finishing up, as you can see. We're just washing up and cleaning up as we go along. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. We don't need a glove anymore. They have outlived their usefulness. So, as you can see, the rest of the meatballs are cooking up. And look at all the fat. Look at all that fat, folks. Look at that. That water really takes it out of it. Like I said, I ain't used that in a while. Like I said, And we're just going to place the meatballs in there. And I'll get me a little spoon here and make sure we get them good and into the tomato sauce. You know, you got to have the sauce in meatball. And we'll try to get as many of them in there as we can. Old Latchkey might have overdid it a little bit. I've been known to overdo it once or twice. Alright. Woo. Some of them still hot. Fresh out of the water. We'll get them covered up in there. Get them cooking even more. And I have no idea how this is going to work out, to be honest with you. This is just an idea I come up with in my head, like always. Like always. So I may have to save some meatballs to cook up in here later. Depending on how many I can fit in this crock pot. Tell me what y'all think down in the comment. They gonna turn out good? They gonna turn out good? Latchkey do a good job or what? Or the greatest chef tale? The greatest chef tale. The new emerging personality from the Latchkey collection. If they was to make an action figure of Latchkey, they'd have a hard time keeping up with the amount of them they'd have to come up with to explain all of the personality that Latchkey have. But the greatest chef tale be loving the meatballs. The loving the meatball content. Let it the greatest chef tale know down in the comment section. Some people like the multiple personality split that the Latchkey comes up with. Some people don't. Some people don't. Some people get pretty mean about it sometimes. Some people be pretty nasty when they want to be. We're running out of the room before the meatball. We don't want to damage any meatballs either. Just roll some around and get them on top a little bit like that. Ooh, that a big one. That a big one now. Latchkey might have overdone it a little bit on some of them. That okay though. I let some of them cook on top because I like that little, when they got that little bit of cooked to the top of them as well. I should have saved some sauce back. What I should have did. We'll do the best we can. We'll do the best we can. We'll try to get them all in there. Rolled around in the sauce the best we can. Ooh. And I ain't done yet. I got more. I got more. Some straight out of the water. Straight out of the water into there. I'm gonna get them all in here. Get them all in here like the best I can. Best I can. Tell me what y'all think down in the comment. Alright, next time I cut y'all on, we're gonna have a sub prepared. We're gonna make this up. We're gonna give it a good old tree out. Alright, so it's moment of truth time. And the greatest chef tell are gonna see if the meatball is a tasty meatball. Okie dokie. Alright, so as you can see, they're good and they're boiling up good. They're about as done as they're gonna get, I think. They've been cooking for a little while, a few hours. Ooh. We can't wait to try them out. So I got those wheat rolls I got at Subway. Yes, I meant not Subway. Walmart. Ones I got at Walmart. I'm just gonna cut a little V shape in there. Let's show you what I did here. I just cut it in a V on each side there like that, so we can remove the center and make it a little bit better for meatballs to sit in there. At least that's the plan anyway. That's the hope. Will it work? I don't know. I don't know. Let me get me something to scoop out some meatballs here. Ooh, look at that one. Put a little bit of. Ooh, yeah. Look at them ones that's been down in there like that. I ain't gonna be able to eat this thing right away. Ooh, that's a big one. That's a big meatball right there. Might have overdone it on a few of them. Might have overdone it on a few of them. Hey, listen, this is my first time cooking meatball subs and meatballs in general. Well, I broke out one half by accident. Yeah, we got a lot of sauce in there later. Taste a little bit of that. Oh man. You could put a little bit of that fat-free mozzarella cheese on there. There we go. It's all covered up now. What y'all think? Low-fat meatball sub. Latchkey style. Oh man. Okay, that is good. We have a winner. We have a winner. That's my first time ever cooking meatballs. So, if there's any way I can make any kind of improvements upon the meatballs, let me know down in the comments. But even if I didn't improve anything at all, this thing is banging. It is banging. And we left out all that oil too. I can get something to drink with it though. I got the perfect drink. It's an A&W root beer. Pookie would love this. A&W root beer. She has a hard time saying root beer. Root beers. Root beers. Don't worry, Pookie. This one's zero sugar. Zero sugar. It just adds to the enjoyment a little bit here. We're focused on that low fat now. Oh, man. That is good, though. That's like super delicious, even though it's not the sugary version. Look at those meatballs. That tomato paste I put in there was a nice touch. They're super moist. just show you. They hold together really well. Really well. Mm-hmm. Wow, I don't know why I haven't done that. I don't know why I haven't done that all these years. Usually I just cheat and buy the frozen one, but the homemade ones are so much better. The bread and the egg whites really done the job to hold these things together. They are loaded with protein. Mm-hmm. Mm. Loaded with protein. That is good, right? I don't care who you are. That is good. Oh. Who says you can't make a meatball sub low fat? Who says you can't? Mmm. That's really good. I bet that would be good with ground chicken too. That's pretty banging. I'm gonna have to have another one. Mm. So I got those wheat at Walmart yesterday. And I couldn't find any wheat in the name brand, but I did find the Wonder Bread. That's the white sub roll. But they only got 2 grams of fat per sub roll in them. So I might try out one of those as well. The whole grain probably is better overall, but hey, like if you can't find it, just control your fat situation the best way you can. So I'm gonna do this the same way. Make the V shaped in there. Cut it to where to hold some meatball. Some meatball in there. Yeah, this is a little bit less on the fat, but as we have learned, that don't always matter. Ooh, boy. Yeah, I made some of these. That's way too big. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. That is just way too big. I'm going to have to cut that one in half. Yeah, I'll cut that one down. Just to give you some context on how that worked. These sub rolls are a little bit smaller. Probably why they have less fat on them. It took up most of my bread just cutting it in half. But I can add a little bit more sauce in there now. This zero fat sauce in there. Like that. I have to remember to make much smaller meatballs next time. Okay. That's some good bread. The Walmart bakery bread is excellent. But it's a good option too. Tell me what you think down in the comments, folks. This is a home run. I knocked this one out of the park, me and that chef Tail. We knocked it out of the park. It is very nice. And that's all we got for this one. So until the next one, you folks have a good one.